Previously, on Fire Emblem Gaiden, Alm sets off, leaving Rem village and facing the brigands infesting the south. Then he skirmishes with the traitorous Zofian army, making gains while moving north. Once he meets with the resistance and takes command of it, Alm marches towards Zofia Castle, freeing it from the Sei, who manages to escape. However, just as Alm started his journey, someone else has started a journey of her own. Celica starts her journey to the Temple of Mila. Noma warns of the dangers of treading such a path, including pirates and monsters. Celica, however, insists on doing so she can find out what happened to the goddess Mila. Noma says that because she's the missing Zofian princess, that she shouldn't overexert herself, as the people need her. I then talk to May, who is proud of her thunder spell, Bowie, laid back and relaxed, and Jenny, a caring healer, who all join me, forming a 4-unit strong army. Celica is a priestess, a 4-movement class that wields swords and casts magic. She has decent strength, speed and resistance, with decent growths in strength and speed. Her status as both a sword wielder and a spellcaster gives her a certain degree of versatility. Of note though, if she is attacked at melee range, she counters with her sword, usually for less damage, while at range, she counters with magic. Notable inclusions in her spell list are Seraphim, for effective damage against monsters, and Ragnarok, the strongest spell of the game. She can even learn Recover for healing. She's pretty good. May is a mage, a 4-movement class that casts magic. She starts with good magic, resistance, and decent speed, while having great growths in magic, skill, luck, and speed. Just as she proudly boasted before, she starts with not only the usual default fire spell, but also thunder, with a maximum range of 3, allowing her to outrange other spellcasters, but not archers. Later on, she learns Aura, an incredibly powerful spell. She's good at blasting enemies with magic damage. Bowie is another mage. He is a bit bulkier physically than May, but isn't as strong or fast. His growths also favor HP, defense and magic. He only starts with fire, learning thunder a bit later. Although he's bulkier, he shouldn't really combat in melee range due to his low speed. It is rather unfortunate that he learns the lightweight Excalibur so late. He can still help with ranged chip damage. Jenny is a cleric. She's got good resistance, but not much else, having great growths in magic and skill. She can heal with Recover and drain HP with Nosferatu, much like Silk from Alm's Root. And just like her, Jenny's spell list is mostly supportive, learning Invoke early on and even Physic for ranged healing. She contributes well with good utility. I use the left lion head statue to give Celica +3 strength, then head out, entering the graveyard, which initiates combat with zombies. The tombstones on this map have absolutely humongous evasion boosts for whatever reason, giving my units great survivability, allowing even someone like Jenny to face the zombies in melee range. Once they are dealt with, I enter the port. I talk to the folk there, learning that a powerful sword is hidden in a shrine at sea, where a Necrodragon lives, and that pirates sail around these waters, led by the merciless Barth. Some men even had left to avenge their families. I also talk to Saber, a mercenary, hiring him as a bodyguard as we sail the seas. Saber is a mercenary, a 4-movement class that wields swords. He has good overall offensive stats and HP, while having good growths in HP and defense. He's an important addition at this point of the game for his bulk, especially since most maps on this act have easily exploitable choke points. Overall, he's good enough. I set sail, entering combat with a pirate ship. The board can be used like a choke point to allow Saber to act as a protective wall, while my mages blast with magic for an easy victory. I then sail further north, meeting with another pirate ship. This time, however, they have set down 2 boards. Defense isn't easy, but the pirates split themselves, very unevenly at that, with only 2 of them crossing the unguarded side. The mercenary on their employ is also very annoying, holding a leather shield. Once he's defeated, I get the shield, giving it later to Saber. I then disembark on an island, facing more pirates, but it seems we have more company. A group led by the knight Valbar is northwest, ready to face Barth. I make landfall, the pirates splitting themselves between my group as well as Valbar's group. After a protracted fight, Valbar meets Barth in combat. He's got massive HP and high strength, but not high enough to tear down Valbar's defenses, and he goes down quickly. A shame that Valbar can't gain experience yet at this point. The Pirate King is down, and I enter his fortress, talking with Valbar and his men, Kamui and Leon, who all join our army, and I open a chest with a steel sword that I give to Kamui. Valbar is a knight, a 4-movement class that wields lances. which is the promoted version of the soldier. He's got great HP, strength and defense, with atrocious speed and resistance. His growths favor HP and skill. He's a massive wall that will stop any physical foe, but must be steered away from enemy spellcasters. It's unfortunate he's stuck with this class though. He will not be able to contribute much if mobility is necessary. Kamui is a mercenary. He's got good HP, strength and speed, having good growths in speed and HP. He can be a bit worse than Saber in some aspects, but his higher level means he has the potential of promoting earlier for a good boost of stats. At the very least, the mercenary line of classes is a good one. Leon is an archer. He's got good HP and strength, with good growths in HP and defense. Somewhat nonsensical considering his class. He can contribute well with ranged damage, but his speed is on the lower side of things. At least he only needs to level up 3 times for promotion. I set sail, finding another ship. This one, however, only has a single enemy, a Cantor, a spellcasting class capable of using miasma for attacking, but most notably, he can summon monsters. While the revenants he summons are easy enough, the Cantor himself is a bit harder to approach, but he goes down either way. I then disembark on the Sea Shrine Island, facing a Necrodragon, a very strong and bulky enemy. Fortunately, Celica has learned the Seraphim spell, which deals heavy damage to monsters. Once defeated, he drops his Blessed Ring, equipment that restores 5 HP per turn, which I give to May. I then enter the cave, facing a group of Revenants and Bonewalkers. After that, I find a shrine, using the right lion head to give Celica plus 3 HP. I then go further north, facing more monsters, including gargoyles, which are pretty speedy and have high movement. Once I defeat them, I find a chest that holds a Blessed Sword, which heals 5 HP per turn and is effective against monsters. I give it to Celica. I set sail to the north, finding a pirate ship. The board is easily blocked by Valbar, and then I go back and forth through the board as needed to defeat the enemy force. Once dealt with, I sail west, finding a ship with Arcanists, so I tank the bigger force with Jenny while I deal with the western invaders. I then deal with the bigger force with the help of Celica and Leon, and once I break through to the other ship, I finish them. I then arrive at the port, where I meet some familiar faces, Pala and Katria. It seems their sister Est has gotten herself in trouble, but I can't help them just yet. I then arrive at Zofia Castle, being warned not to go to Mila's temple as the nearby land is infested with bandits. Many of the people here are joyous at the liberation of the castle, hailing a new hero, although some are wary of Regal's force, while others worry about the state of the earth. I then talk to Mycen, who welcomes us to the castle, saying that we should meet someone upstairs. Celica realizing that Zofia's liberator is none other than Alm. The two meet, happy to see one another. Alm was angry at Mycen for taking her away, but he did so for Celica's safety, to protect her from the Sei. Celica hopes that Alm doesn't go to war with Regal, but he must do so to protect the people of Zofia, although Celica believes Alm could be power-hungry. Alm assures her that if he were to find the lost princess of Zofia, he would return to Ram village. The two of them part ways, with Celica going to Mila's temple. The two youths have met, but disagreements between the two of them mean that they will take two different paths. Celica will head to Mila's temple to the northeast to find out what happened to the Earth Goddess, while Alm will make preparations to face Regal. Although the two of them will be distant, they will need each other's help in order to move forward. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time, as Alm journeys through Zofia's West.